Hey, what's going on, everybody? I think I'm gonna tell a story about how I got started uh, doing woodwork and leather work and stuff like that. Growing up as a child, man, it was always wood around or saw around or something like that. So I think it used to belong to my granddaddy or something. I think he passed away before I was born or something like that. But anyway, it was always tools around the house and wood and stuff. So growing up, uh, we used to make goat cars out of 2x4s and baskets and stuff like that. But I never thought I could just make stuff the way I do now. Uh, you know, I guess, like I say, it was always stuff laying around the house and stuff, saws and hammers and wood and stuff like that. But I don't know, as I got grown, uh, I got this job at a construction company, just a labor. I think I got this job through a temporary service. Uh, just cleaning up the job sites, hauling sheetrock up steps and stuff like that. I remember them days. We used to have to haul sheetrock up the steps and stuff like that. But anyway, I got this job at this company, and I stayed there about 20 years. I moved on up the ladder. I became a drywall hanger. Then I became a superintendent. Well, I ran like more than one job. I ran like maybe 5 or 6 jobs at one time. I did that for about 20 years. Then I don't know, that job kind of played out. They let me go. They was restructuring and stuff, so they let me go. Then I got a job over at the casino. The guy that hired me, he used to work at the Peabody, and we used to do a lot of work down at the Peabody Hotel. So I told him who I used to work for, and he hired me. He hired me immediately. I didn't even apply for the maintenance job. I think I applied for a security job. But once he seen my resume, he wanted me in maintenance. So he hired me as a carpenter. Now I had never cut no wood before. I had never cut wood before. Besides when I was a little child, just messing around with it. I had never cut wood before. So he hired me as a carpenter. I said, but I'm not a carpenter. I'm a sheetrock hanger. He said, well, you're a carpenter over here. So, then I kind of working over at the casino. You could make mistakes and you can make mistakes because we always had extra wood and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of learned the woodworking trade, by all my mistakes I used to make. But I did a lot of work over there, and it looked good. That's where I learned most of my carpentry work at. I guess. So I worked over there for about 11, 12 years. Before I got that job, I had never cut wood before in my life. Besides, just messing around with a hand saw. So during COVID, we got laid off and stuff like that. I think almost everybody got laid off unless you was an essential worker. So one day I was just sitting around watching YouTube, and this video came on. A guy making a bench, making a little small bench. So in my mind, I said, man, I can do that. So I went to the hardware store, got me some wood, and came back home and did it in about 30 minutes. I mean, put it together in about 30 minutes. So I put it on Facebook, and people seen it and they liked it and they wanted to buy it. So I sold it. Then I started making a couple more and I sold them. Then I started getting these ideas. I'll start building picnic tables and chairs and all kind of stuff. I had to slow down because, man, just so much stuff was coming in my head. So much stuff was, I was getting so many ideas and man, I could make it just like that. You know, it wasn't, but I had to learn how to kind of take my time a little bit because I was just making stuff in a couple of hours. But that's how I got started right there. That's just a little bit of my story. I got some more stories too, you know, about my journey. So I'm gonna leave it at that right now. And I may come back with another story later on. Peace.